Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video, and today I decided to bring my Alienware R10 out here in the workshop. A little change of scenery for the computer, but today the reason is I am going to put in the OEM water cooler from Alienware and Radiator. This is a used one, but it's only been used for like a month. Then he took it right off, and there's the back side of that. Needs cleaned up a little bit. We are not going to use this fan. We are going to use the one that I have in here already, which is one of these. I bought this nice Corsair one. We're going to put that, an additional front fan right here on the inside. So right now I have that same fan right here. We're going to put another one up here so more air flow. And then I also got used these VR heat sinks. These are the original ones. It's supposed to be for that Alienware motherboard for the R10. I'll try to get a nice close-up for you. That's what she looks like for the small one, and here's the big one. And there's the close-up on that. Like I said, they just pulled them off, so everything should be pretty good. And then we have some MX4 thermal compound. We're going to use that for this. And then we also have a Y splitter for the fans. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and take out and clean up the inside of this alien tower. I'm pretty sure it's getting close to a good year old now. I'm also going to use this blower thing here. You hold down on it. It's very, very powerful, as you can tell. And we're going to clean it up really good. So let's get started. Now we have the Alien Aurora R10 turned around to the back. Everybody probably knows how to open one of these things. Here's a Phillips screw. You loosen that up and try to get the right bit of a Phillips, because it will strip that little Phillips out. Okay, and then here's the screw. You probably don't have to take it all the way out, but I do. And then you go like that, pull out this way, and then the side comes off. Yeah, she's not too dirty, but we're going to go ahead and put this to the side. So now we have to, boy, it's filthy right here. Go ahead and take it and turn it down like this. I'll get you a better view here if I can. And now for the power supply, you got to unlock, I don't know if you can see that down below here. Unlock this one, you go up, and unlock this one, you go up. And then the power supply will lift up as soon as I grab a hold of it and go like that. So as you can see down in there, I have the Corsair AIO there. One thing I don't like about that cooler is the hoses is way too long, and it makes me worry because I don't want them pinching. So that's the main reason why I want to get rid of that one. This case was not designed for this cooler. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this out, and you can tell deep down inside there there's one of those Corsair fans on Radiator, and that's what I'm going to swap over. But for now, we're going to go ahead and take out this water block here. I'm going to set you back down and go ahead and take it apart. And all these are thumb screws for the water block. They're not on tight. I mean, I don't think I have any problems with heat with this Corsair water block. It's just, I just want everything to match Alienware. And that's another reason why I wanted to do this. I'm a big Alienware fan, as you could tell. Get out of the way here. Okay, so everything's loosened up. Now to take that off, you do not, I repeat, you do not lift straight up on that, because you will strip it. You just rock it back and forth until that thermal paste is broke free. Because if you lift straight up, you pull the CPU right out. I've seen that before. So you kind of wiggle it around. Okay, she's loose. But she's awful tight. Getting it out of there. So we're going to go ahead and loosen up these here. These little standoffs come right off. Or thumb screws. Get this one right here. And what I did, I can't wait to see this. When I changed this, because it had a regular, what do you call that? Heatsink cooler, whatever, on here. It was a generic version. And there it is. Yeah, that don't look too good for the heat. No wonder. I used the stock thermal paste that came with this. So we're going to bring you down here, and you can see the CPU right there. It wasn't really covered. I mean, it was covered okay, but it's really dry looking. Look at that. And that was only maybe 3 months ago, tops. So I have some rubbing alcohol, if I can find it. Right here it is. It's a 91%, yeah, 91%. We're going to clean that off the CPU. Okay, so we got that disconnected. I'm going to get the fan, or the pump fan off of there. So we got that disconnected. And now, the fun part. We got 2 Phillips screws, or one actually right here. You loosen that up, and then it slides the bracket over, and you can pull that out. And one nice thing about not having these on, you can get that radiator out this way. If this was on, you would have to take it off to get that off of there, most likely, because they're too tall. So we're going to go ahead and get a Phillips screwdriver and go ahead and take it out. There's one Phillips screw. Pretty sure that's it, just one Phillips screw. Let's take a look here. Yep. Well, maybe there is 2. Way down in there. Let's take it out anyways. Should get a shorter screwdriver. Yeah, looks like I need a shorter screwdriver. Get this little stubby here. See if I can get it with this. And I got it to turn, so. Man, she's in there. See, those hoses are in the way of everything. To replace the RAM sticks, they're in the way. And to close where the power supply is, to close that, that's also in the way. Okay, that's about right there. Okay. Whew. So now we're going to go ahead and try to go ahead and get that off of there. See how it's loose right now? Maybe I should take out the RAM sticks. Yeah, might as well. And when I seat that back in, you got to make sure they're in right. Okay, they go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close the black ones and keep the white ones open. Then I know which channel these went back in. But that's my RAM right there. I would love to get another exact pair of this, but it's very difficult to have the same numbers because AMD is very finicky of your RAM. So I like to get the same exact kind. Alright, so let's go ahead and now pull this out. Oh, we got the radiator fan. Go ahead and pull that out. She's a tight fit, that's for sure. You just have to wiggle it around. A little nerve-wracking because it's a very expensive computer. Oh boy. I think I have to aim it down like that. Can't quite remember. And then you have to worry about this 8-pin header right here, this plug. Maybe if I unplug that and bring it down here like that. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Right there, this 8-pin. Unplug that so I can get some more clearance. Okay, I think that's working. Still got to mess with that plug. Okay. Holy smokes, there it is. There it is, guys. You got that out of there. Now that's what she looks like when everything's out. And another thing I wanted to do while we have everything out, I would like to see what's going on behind the power supply so I could put that second fan there. Let's go ahead and unscrew these standoffs. Yeah, you got these little screw ends here. It goes with that cooler. Like I said, there's probably nothing wrong with that. It was a $60-some cooler. But I just want the Alienware look. I don't know, that's just me. And plus, you know, that's made for it. That cooler is. So let's go ahead and clean off that CPU. So this is in real time, as you can tell. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that CPU. Get that all. Oh, see, it's hard. I don't like that at all. Get that off there. You get it all nice and clean. If any gets on the motherboard, wipe it off. Alright, it's getting clean now. I just want to wipe it off nice. And then I will do it again when I'm ready. So, but that's what she looks like. The AMD Ryzen chip. You can see it. This AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. It's okay. I mean, it's a good chip. Oh boy, I got it all over that. It's a little dusty and dirty in here. And I did take off the bracket for this bracket that holds the GPU in place. I thought it was just for shipping purposes, but it does hold it up so it doesn't sag. So I have that off too. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this. See, that closes a lot better without those hoses on there, for sure. So now what I want to do is I want to take these out and move all this stuff so I can prep for another cooling fan for right there. So let's go ahead and do that. So it looks like we just have to squeeze this. Pretty flimsy. Get that out of there. Yeah, that's pretty flimsy for a hard drive caddy. That's staying out. Okay, that looks pretty good so far. Yeah, because that's, you can see the front in there, so. Alright, so that's what she looks like. Get you a top view here. Without that bracket. See, now the fan's going to go right there. And I wanted to mention a YouTuber that he's new. And his channel name is DGK86. I learned a lot from him because he also has one of these alien computers. And he also did this little mod with a fan. So check him out. Like I said, he's doing good over there at his channel. So let's go ahead and prep the fan and get it in there. Okay, as you can see, I'm taking out this whole cage area that comes out. It's held by these two screws like that. Took that completely out. So that goes with your drive cage like that. And again, that's going to make well, it doesn't make a difference, but being lighter, but that restricts airflow, so we're going to get rid of that. And plus now there is more room, as you can see, down there to mount that fan. So that's what we're going to do now. I have the fan out right there. It goes in this way, just like that. And what I'm going to use is these Scotch two-sided mounting squares. And I'm going to put one in each corner. And again, I learned that from DGK86. He's the one to come up with that, but he used Gorilla Tape. I couldn't find that where I live. So this should do pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and mount that fan with this, and we'll go from there. So you make sure you put the tape on this side of the fan, because that's what that side's fan is going to go up against the front of the case. So it's going to bring cool air in. So I just want to note that. And you make sure that when the fan spins, that tape is not hitting it. And you should be good to go. Looking from the top down, I got the fan mounted. And I gave it a spin. The fan, I don't know if you can see that in the dark there. But it's not hitting any wires. or anything just yet when I installed that. It's a tight fit, especially with the little pads. It's on there. It's not going to go anywhere. Alright, so right now we're going to go ahead and put a Y splitter, which is this right here, onto both of these fans, and they're going to be controlled by one fan header there. So let's go ahead and do that. I wanted to bring you in this close because I did a lot of cable management right here. So both of those fans, front fans, are plugged into this Y splitter. So it's going to be controlled by that one fan header. It says front fan. I don't know if you can see that down in there. It says front fan in the upper left corner. That's where I'm going. And we'll see if it turns on and stuff. It should. Everything should be fine. But there's my cable management. Wrapped them up with one zip tie for now until I plug this in. And then we're going to make sure none of the wires hit the fan. There it is. All cable management right there is done. And I zip tied this whole area here together, holding the wires as one bundle. And it should not hit the fan. It should not hit it. So now let's go ahead and prep the radiator for the Alienware. Okay, we have the fan out, the Corsair fan that I pulled out of the Corsair water block there, or whatever you want to call it, radiator. And look how dusty and dirty that is in there. Wow. So yeah, I'm going to leave that as is. That's going to set aside. And it's nice, this bracket right here, I also have it right here, so I don't have to worry about taking that radiator out. I'll just use this one, because this one here has the proper screws and everything. So that's awesome. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to take this fan out and put this fan back on. Right, well, I had to take the radiator out of its holder right here, and then the Phillips screws down here that holds this fan in, I do not have a small enough screwdriver to go in. So what I did is I drilled these holes out right here so you can put a Phillips screwdriver in like that, and now you can unscrew it. So I'll just carefully do that and you'll be fine. Just get an oversized drill bit and then you can just take it right off. Yeah, I just couldn't believe that. I'm kind of glad I'm doing it out in the workshop now, because yeah, there's that. You can see the little trimmings here of the drill bit of the plastic. You don't have to push down hard or anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and blow this out. Yeah, see, I can even see that little chunk right there. Get that out of there. And we're going to blow it again. Clean out that radiator. I highly recommend getting one of these. It was 80 bucks, and so far it's been worth it. You go to Amazon. I got this, of course, off of eBay. So let's go ahead and put the bracket back on, put this back in, get this fan in, and we'll go from there. All put together now, and everything's blown out, wiped down clean. I'm going to wipe the hoses down one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and mount this inside the computer, and we're going from there. Now when you spin the fan, you hear nothing, but if a wire was in there, that's what you hear. So make sure all the wiring is away from the fan blades. Okay, we have it all mounted in there. We have, see if I can get you a closer view here. We have everything plugged in. Don't forget to plug in your header here, your 8-pin plug right here for your top of your motherboard. We got the Corsair fan plugged in where it says fan top, and then we have the pump plugged in where it says pump. Pretty much cut and dry right there. So see, we have a CPU fan header right there too, and not for sure if we could use that in the future for a push and pull for the radiator or not. I have to look into that. But right here we got to spread thermal compound on there and go ahead and mount this right to the board. I'll go ahead and do that right now. Okay, I got everything cleaned up. As you can tell, I'm going to use this thermal paste right here, MX4 from Arctic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some right here. And we're going to give it a little bit more. I know it's bigger than a pea, but I'm going to take my finger with the glove and I'm going to move it all around, covering that CPU. And another great YouTube channel that I watch a lot is Kerry Holzman. He's the one that showed a lot of people to do it this way. Wear a glove, and then once you kind of smooth it out, I put a little bit too much on there. I'll take some off with my fingers here. Smooth it off there, smooth it off there, off around the edges. Now he said to put valleys in it like this. So it has some type of a texture, and that's what your glove will look like. So I'm going to go ahead and mount this on. I'll be right back. Okay, there it is. It is mounted in there. See, that's a low profile, and then the hoses are not coiled around the RAM. This is another reason why I did this. Okay, that Corsair was doing the job, but I felt very uncomfortable with those hoses because they were getting pinched by the power supply when it's pushed down. Okay, so everything's plugged in, all the thumb screws are tightened down, thermal paste is applied, and now let's go ahead and put these in here, the VRM heat sinks. I got 2 of them. These are original ones. It's supposed to be for this computer, so I'm going to go ahead and set you down somewhat here. Bring you back down. Hopefully you can see this. Now the screw holes, well, let's go ahead here and bring you back. The screw holes match up, as you can see right there. So we're going to go ahead and just screw it down. But it turns like this. It goes like that and sits right down there like so. Let me go ahead and screw that in. Alright, we have the big one installed. Oh, that looks nice right there. It's meant to be. This is the reason why you put these on last, because look how tall that is, and you won't be able to get that out. So if you have an alien laptop or tower and you wanted to change your fan of your radiator, and if you already have this, this has to come out because it's way too tall. And make sure you get the right Phillips screwdriver. I got a small one here for those little screws. So that's okay right there. So now we got to find where this little one goes right here. Trying to find, oh, it's way up here. Yep, it's right up there. See, the two screws or the two thread holes are waiting for it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, nice and snug. There's a nice look at it. The plugs are in the way, so you make sure, if you did put it in, if you bump the plugs, make sure they're still plugged down into the sockets for the pump and the fan headers. So boy, that's going to be a big improvement right there, having those heat sinks. That's amazing. I don't know why it didn't come with it, but now I'm feeling a lot better knowing that the heat is going to dissipate better off of those. So yeah, there's another closer look of the wire management here for the fans, the front fans. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put the RAM back in and do some cleaning up on this, and I'll see you on the final wrap. Okay, there's a closer look of what that sticker says. Hopefully that comes in nice and clear for you guys. If anybody has these sticks, the exact same numbers and letters, right now I have 16 gigs, so they're 8 gig sticks. If you have 2 more 8 gig sticks, hit me up in the comments below and I can see if I can buy them from you. Okay, here's one last look before I close her up of the system that, in my eyes and opinion, should have been like this when I bought it. When I purchased this on Dell's website, I thought for sure I was getting a liquid cool, but apparently not. So that's what she looks like. The RAM's in there. I have all the wires here, cable managed, all the fans, everything's cleared. I checked the fan header up here and the pump, make sure everything was on. Everything's plugged in, nice and clean. There's my GeForce 2080 Super. At the time, that's the biggest I could get, I do believe, for the price. So I went with that. I know the 3090 is bigger and better, but I just didn't have the money at the time. But now I'm slowly upgrading this. And then I think my next computer, I am going to build it myself, just because I've done that in the past, and it'd probably be a lot better design than Alienware. But I do like that, though. That's pretty cool how that looks. I'm pretty impressed of how it looks. Well, let's see how good it runs. Yeah, I took a picture before and after, so I'm going to do some comparisons to see if this helped or whatever. Then I'll let you guys know in the comments down below. So alrighty guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it helped some of you guys out what to do. You know, replacing your radiator fan for a better one, and you know where your RAM goes, cable management, the heat sinks. So yeah, well, with all that said, guys, thanks for watching. And again, I'm going to give a big shout out to DGK86. Go check him out. I've been enjoying his content. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll be talking to you.